Companies has been trying hard to protect their valuable information. However, with certain tools, hackers are still able to compromise the company to gain sensitive information and money out of it. With the help of these 5 phases of attacks, reconnaissance, scanning, gaining access, maintaining access, and covering up tracks, this provides a guideline for the hackers to accomplish their goals.
Reconnaissance is the most important stage of an attack. It gathers information from public sources to learn more about the target. There is also 2 types of reconnaissance: active reconnaissance and passive reconnaissance. For passive reconnaissance, is to gather information without contacting the target directly. For active reconnaissance, it is to gather more information by probing into the target's network. An example of an active reconnaissance is a DNS zone transfer. What it is if a server is misconfigured, hackers can request for a zone file transfer, and the misconfigured server will acknowledge and transfer the zone file back to the hacker. And with this information, the hackers will know a brief mapping of the organization. There is also tools to help hackers in information gathering. Tools such as Whois database, Netcraft, and the most commonly used low technology tools like social engineering, where the hackers will ask information regarding the company from the user of the company, and the user will then reveal information to the hackers, where human is always the weakest link. So, moving on to the next phase, scanning. So, in scanning phase is where hackers will use information gathered during reconnaissance and to examine the target network. Within the scanning phase, there is also sub-phases which can aid in the flow of scanning process. These sub-phases are network sweeping, network tracing, port scanning, OS fingerprinting, version scanning, vulnerability scanning. There are some available tools out there which can perform these phases, and tools are Nmap, War Driving, Port Scanner, and War Dialers.
Moving on to phase 3, gaining access. Gaining access, also known as owning the system, whereby hackers will try to gain access into the system by various ways, such as exploiting the OS vulnerability. Moving on to phase 4, maintaining access. Maintaining access. In this phase, attacker will keep system accessible for future exploitation. Not only that, hacker will also harden the system by planting rootkit, Trojan horses, and backdoor. This will ensure that other hackers doesn't have access to the compromised system.
Moving on to the final phase of the 5 phases of attacks, which is covering tracks. After a long journey of going through all the 4 earlier phases, hackers wouldn't want to get caught, would they? Then it would be such a waste. Therefore, by covering tracks, this enables hackers to avoid detection, removing evidence of attacks done, and possibly avoid legal action. Some of the simple possible ways that can be done are manipulating log data and hiding files. So, in manipulating log data, there are 2 methods in doing so. One of it is disabling auditing on the system. Another method is altering event logs, or possibly removing log files. For example, like deleting the log files. Next, for hiding files, why is there a need to hide files? I mean, not literally hide that. Hackers have created scripts, Trojan horses, and backdoors earlier. Therefore, by hiding them, this allows them for future exploitation into the system. This can be done by configuring the file attribute to hidden, or hiding through ADS, which allows the hidden file to be hidden in a legitimate file. So, that's all for the 5 phases of attacks. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something through this journey. Thank you.